Hey, what's up all you action figure lovers out there? Master Marvel's back at it once again, bringing you another action figure review. And finally, after all this wait, because I know I've been talking about this for the longest time with these things coming out, and they just finally hit my area. They're just kind of teasing us with them here and there, it looks like. I feel like they are a little early, which I'm fine with that. Because I've been eagerly awaiting this line since I've heard about it being revealed. And, oh man, this is just wild. After all these years, I mean, He-Man is what did it to me. He-Man is what created me. It got me into toys. It's what made me a collector as it is today, you know. Just basically when I got old enough and I moved out a few years after I was living on my own, my mom did some cleaning. She moved. She's like, hey, I got a bunch of these toys. And it's a similar story with a lot of people. I go to my mom's and I'm finding vintage He-Man stuff of my castles and some Ninja Turtles. And I'm like, I got this. And I'm already kind of starting to play around with, back then with Marvel Legends and some other stuff. So it just, you know, triggered the collector in me. And now after all this time, we're getting these Masters of the Universe Origins line. And I love the card backs because it just screams out, you know, it's that retro look. And although these don't say on here, they don't say Masters of the Universe Origins, but it is what it is. And it is in the description in the back here. They do have this Masters of the Universe Origins here, if you can see that. But yeah, new for 20. I assume that's new for 2020. So that's totally awesome. Before I get this guy off the card though, and review him, I want to compare him to, now I don't have the vintage He-Man, and if I would have had it, it'd probably be loose. But that's just one of them, I guess, to survive. And over the years, I just haven't picked him up from anywhere. But I do have the Super 7's version of it here on card. So you can see how they're similar. Super 7 went more for, you know, the animated look, I guess. Because it's not quite what the original one looked like. But yeah, so I do have that on card. And one more on card, at least to I got the He-Man from the 2000X series. Looking good together. Alright, and then just one more that I have right now. I mean, I've got other He-Man stuff, obviously. But to compare this to, and I might get a better look at this when I get them out of the package to compare, but I have the Masters of the Universe Classics He-Man from the He-Man vs. Superman 2-pack. So, yes. Alright, man. I'm ready to get this on with because, alright, now before I go ripping this up, just so everybody know, rest assured, I do have the 3 that I'm going to be reviewing, the 3 that I have now, I do have 2 sets. I'm keeping one on card, and I'm keeping a set open. And more or less because, like, I learned my lesson as a kid, man. You know, your parents say you take care of your stuff, it might be worth money someday, and you just play rough with it, you trash it, you lose it. So this time round, I feel like they're going to really run far with this line and do everything, kind of like they did with the classics. So I'm going to get every single one of these twice. One to open and fuck with, display, and one to keep carded. Also to display. I'll probably have it all hung up and put somewhere, so I'm going to have 2 fucking displays of this, but I'm going to have one on card because you never know. Time may pass, He-Man gets lost in, you know, again, and there'll be collectors wanting this stuff, and I'll have, so, yeah, anyways, let's just get this fucker open, man, because I'm eager. Look at this, just ripping right into it. Oh, come on. Trying not to trash it because I don't want that comic all up in there. So we get the little mini comic. super awesome there. Little pack of weapons. The figure. And I don't know what Mattel's trying to pull here, but they got rubber bands on my shit. There. Come on. So right out of the gate, one of the things I do notice about this difference, because I don't have the SDC exclusive version of this. I didn't get that because I didn't care. I knew I would get these eventually, so but he does not have the boot knife like that pack did, so that's kind of a disappointment in a way, because I was kind of looking forward to that little new addition. And you know, just for the fun of it, I had the original, the first, what is it, the Masters of the WWE Universe. They had the Grayskull pack, and I ended up opening the Cena and the Triple H so I could kind of fuck around with them, get a feel of what these are going to be like. So I do kind of already know that, and I like it. I have no beef with it at all. This is really cool that we've got this added articulation to a new He-Man line with the same kind of, yet the same kind of style that we had back in the 80s. And I love it. It's an action figure, not just a somewhat action figure. Alright, and my other complaint right off the bat, I already know is going to be, because I have seen other people reviewing this, so I know what to expect with the weapons. And I know it happened in the vintage line. That's all good and everything, but this is supposed to be something new. The half sword, really? The half sword? We could have gotten an entire sword. That would have been so much better. But we got a freaking half sword here. It's a little bent up, but you know. So they're just kind of going with that retro gimmick, and this does seem a little short. But and of course, you get the his battle axe that has like no details. It's just very plain Jane. It's kind of crappy, and this shield. So yeah, I mean, it does feel, some of it feels a little cheap. And does it disappoint me? Barely. A little bit, yes, but barely. I mean, it just barely disappoints me because yeah. Okay, it barely disappoints me because I don't care. It's fucking He-Man. We're getting new He-Man shit, so I don't care if it's a little on the cheap side. It is what it is. Here it is. Finally, we have this shit, and I'm fucking stoked about it. Get a little head action going on there. Yeah, that's He-Man, baby. Right there. That's He-Man. This is what the long wait was for this. Like I said, man, it's just gonna get cooler with time as the line grows, I'm sure. You know, the more stuff we get, plus that, the more of this Masters WWE Universe we get, the more I'm urged. Like, I feel like, damn, I should have kept it. You know, got a second set of that stuff, because I'm wanting to open this shit now, and you know, because they're really doing some cool stuff here. But I'm probably gonna hold off. Just leave all that shit carded. I don't care about the wrestling aspect. As long as I get all my He-Man shit. And, yeah, he's extremely Bond here. I do kind of wish that there was a little darker overlay paint to kind of tone it down a little bit on there. But, like, as far as paint goes, man, they were very, very minimal on that. You know, if it wasn't sculpted in that color of plastic, then they weren't. You know, like, the belt's painted. These are probably painted on. Of course, the red and stuff is kind of punched in there with some paint, but in this right here, the tuft of the boot is painted, and the eyes and eyebrows and all that shit. But yeah, they just went very minimal on paint, and we expect that, I guess. You know, Mattel is a big toy company that mass produces things. So whatever corners they can cut, they're going to. And oh man, I can't wait. That's the first series, minus the Battle Cat and the Prince Adam with the Sky Raider. So can't wait to get the rest of those. Loving this little mini comic. I think it's awesome. What I do think I know, I'm not 100%, so don't quote me, but I think, unfortunately, I think every figure in this first series has the same exact comic. Like, it's not a different story. I think that. Don't, like I said, you can't quote me. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the deal. So we'll just find out later on as we go. But yeah, one more time, I want to do a comparison with the classics He-Man here, which is still definitely one of my favorite He-Mans of all time. And I got this dude like loaded up, man. He's got this is a He-Man Power Sword, because this He-Man did not come with the Power Sword in that Superman set. He just had the shield and the axe. So I gave him this. This came with what was it? Flog, I think. And I took that out of Flog's pack and gave it to him because he needed a freaking Power Sword. And for a while he was rocking this Prince Adam 2000X style sword. So he had swords. But this thing, I mean, I just like the paint detail on it. You know what I mean? By the hair being toned down a little bit with some wash in it and everything. But these were made for collectors, so they put a lot of effort into these. You know, so they're gonna put a little less in here because they're also trying to make these appeal to kids, because they want kids getting into this stuff. Which I hope that happens. I really do, because I'd like to see another generation go through that whole He-Man thing. And really hope that they have a good experience like we did as kids, because it was a lot of fun. And even the 2000X stuff was, it had a different aspect. It wasn't as fun, but it was a kind of fun, but it was just way more graphic, better art style. I mean, it was just, there was a lot of good to the 2000X stuff, and it was different, and they just kind of seemed like they went deeper into the stories and the origins of the characters and stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping that Kevin Smith's new He-Man stuff that he's going to do, his series on Netflix, is going to be pretty awesome. I hope. Can't wait till that comes out. But anyways, I gotta try to wrap this video up, man. If you guys like this video, if you guys definitely know what to do. Hit that like button. And if you have any comments at all, you want to talk about He-Man, you want to tell me what you think of this action figure line, go ahead and hit me up in the comments section below. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can catch all my latest videos. I'm MasterMarvel80, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.